That's my Marine son's name. Where's Ben? Okay.
How political has the coroner's office traditionally been in Lexington and Richland counties, and why?
Yes, it is an elected office, and I really don't like politics. You know, I believe it is our responsibility to try to help get the right people elected to office, and so I'm involved in politics that don't even have anything to do with the coroner's office. I was at the Sheriff's Department Foundation dinner not long ago, and a man walked up to me I hadn't seen in 10 years. His name was Buddy Eastman. He said, "Frank, I just want to tell you that when you were coroner, I always respected the fact that you told it like it was." And what he meant was, you know, it didn't matter who was involved, even someone out of state, or I mean, everybody was as important to me, and no one got any favoritism. Politics was not involved. There's not a lot of motivation to even make a political contribution to a coroner's campaign, because he didn't do you any favors, you know, if he's an honest coroner. So I wish there were no politics. I really wish they'd change it to a nonpartisan election, but they won't do it, because, you see, being partisan helps the Democrats in the Democratic counties, and it helps Republicans in the Republican counties. And I talked to David Wilkins when he was Speaker of the House and said, "Why don't y'all change the law so coroners are not political? They could just run, you know, as a nonpartisan candidate." He said, "Well, it helps us up in Greenland, so we don't want to change it." So it's politics, but I don't like it. But anyway, Evan, are you next? And that was it. Was that, what's your name? Yeah. Who over here? What type of access do?
My name is Marshall,
Okay.
and when I got out of school, I want to be a foreign translator. What type of access do public defenders have to crime scenes?
Public defenders. I'm trying to think. I think Gaston Ferry one time came to a scene. I would probably, if a public defender came out to the scene, or anybody from the solicitor's office, I would probably, as long as they didn't interfere in any way, I would probably let them see what the evidence was. One time I was in a house where two brothers died. They were twins. One of them, well, they both shot themselves at the same time, and one of them had a lot of physical impairments, and he was very depressed. His other brother had everything going for him, and I think he was trying to convince his brother not to kill himself. And maybe said, I'm going to kill myself if you kill yours, to try to keep him from doing it. I don't know. You know, I wasn't there until it after happened. But you know, one of them used a high-powered rifle, and so everything was blown everywhere. I mean, it was a real bad mess. And I had on rubber gloves, and I was picking up brains and teeth, and you know, everything everywhere. And, two guys from the solicitor's office walked up the steps of these people's private home where their sons had just died, and I felt they were there just to gloat, to look, you know, out of curiosity. It made me kind of sick that somebody would want to come and see that. So I said, "Okay, I'm in charge of this scene. Put on these rubber gloves and start picking up these body parts." Ha! They said, "Well, I'm leaving right now." I said, "Okay, good." So they left. You know, I didn't think they ought to be there. But now, one time I had a pharmacist murdered in a drugstore. You know, and I remember the solicitor came out to that scene, and I showed him around and said, "Here's the situation. Here's the body over here." So it just depends. Okay. That's Marshall. How about Lexi?
How has the internet changed the criminal justice and court system?
Man, it's unbelievable. I mean, on the way out here, I was listening to something on the radio talking about your cell phone. If it's turned on, they know exactly where you are. If the police need to determine where you were 6 months ago at 10 o'clock on, you know, a particular day, they can track it right down to the exact spot where you are. Technology is unbelievable, and you know, people cannot. I don't see how anybody can function in any job anymore that has any, you know, managerial responsibilities without being able to use technology. But DNA is one of the greatest things that's come along. When I became coroner, we didn't have the use of DNA for identification. we just had fingerprints and hair, you know, analysis of hair and things like that. But I had a case where some baby's bones were found under the house, and just the bones. And we determined with the help of a lab, not in South Carolina, that was able to do DNA on his bones. This was years ago. They might be able to do it again now. But we determined DNA of that child, and we pinned down who the mother was who lived in that house many years before. So technology, and you said internet though, being able to tie all of the evidence together, like people's blood types and DNA, all this, to be able to tie it all together. I remember a skeleton was found one time in Richland County, and we had a facial reconstruction done on it. Didn't look that much like her really, but I ran a picture of the facial reconstruction that the forensic anthropologist did, and somebody called and said, I wonder if that could be, well we had this is interesting. She had been lying in the woods with her hands turned up, okay, in the sun. The sun was shining on her. And because the sun was shining on her fingertips, instead of them decomposing like they would have if they'd been down or in a moist place, since they were up, the sun was baking her fingers, they dried out like leather. And we were able to take her fingertips that were like pieces of leather and make fingerprints. We had to reconstitute get the skin and soften it up, you know, put it to make it able to make a print. Well, when we gave that evidence to the City of Columbia Police Department 30 years ago, the forensic anthropologist estimated her age, and they looked in that one category only. They didn't find any fingerprints like that. She was in the next age category. They missed her. So when he did his facial reconstruction, and the guy said, I wonder if it could be Carolyn Robinson. Her mother lived out near Columbia College. I went out there, and her mother was sitting on the porch, and you know, by that time we had checked further, we identified her and all. But the fingerprints and all were so tied in to the computer and everything now that he could scan everything. That had to be done by hand back then, you know. It was fantastic. I don't want to miss anybody. Who else is on this list with us? Hannah, Jane?
Andrew, how difficult has it been to work with parents that have lost a child? What type of people skills do you need in addition to medical training to be able to handle sensitive cases when the death of a child is involved?
All right, say that one more time. Make sure I got it.
How difficult has it been to work with parents that have lost a child? What type of people skills do you need in addition to medical training to be able to handle sensitive cases when the death of a child is involved?
You know, very often I was the first person there. I mean, along with a law enforcement officer in uniform, that got to the door, and a lot of times, you know, they would have to go. I mean, I remember I had to knock on the door one time and tell the judge I knew that his daughter had killed her boyfriend and herself, and she was a lawyer. I mean, you know, it was a big shock. And they, you know, when I went to the store, he knew me and asked me in, and I told him what happened as easy as I could break it. But they didn't call anybody in their family for hours. They just wanted to sit there with me and talk to me. And I sat there. My feeling was when somebody had the worst thing that ever happened to them in their life, it was more important than anything I had to do. There's nothing I had to do. I don't care what it was. I stopped my life for them until they didn't need me anymore. And eventually, it was starting to get late at night, and I said, don't you think you